I just don't want you to go groveling to them without expecting some reciprocation, you know? You deserve an apology. I do, but at this point, I'll be happy just having my family back before I lose my dad for good. He lifted his gaze again. I haven't handled any of this well, and that's been stressing me out for years now. And my dad's cancer... He sighed. Neither of my folks handle that well at all. I know this isn't who they really are, just like I'm not the person they think I am. So this is my last-ditch effort to get their attention and prove to them that they're wrong about me. That I'm more than my addiction and my disease and a job I'm not even doing anymore. Folding his arms on the edge of the table, he swallowed hard. Maybe I'm just desperate because I don't know how much time I have to do this. But I think if they can see that you see past, well, my past, then maybe they will too. Holy fuck, my heart. He leaned closer, eyes locked on mine. Please, Hunter. I need my family back. I need them to see that I'm not who I was back then, and I don't know how else to... You know I will. I reached across the table and squeezed his forearm. Whatever I can do to help make things right between you and your family, you know I'm in. He studied me, and finally he smiled. Thanks. I owe you one. Nah, you don't. I gave his arm another squeeze, then withdrew my hand. I guess we should figure out travel plans, right? David nodded, and some of the tension in his expression eased. Good God. Had he really thought I wouldn't help him out here? Of course he had. His entire family had made it clear they didn't have his back. Why would he take for granted that anyone else did?
Holy shit, you guys are a thing? I knew the two of you would end up together. Who had David and Hunter finally date on their bingo card? I laughed half-heartedly as I skimmed over the comments. In order to sell this relationship so people actually believed we were a couple, we changed our Facebook relationship statuses tonight, and it had definitely not gone unnoticed. Neither had the couple selfie we'd taken at the train station. He'd even kissed my cheek to drive it home, and now, as I sat alone in my bedroom a couple of hours later, I could still feel the tingle where his 5 o'clock shadow had brushed my skin. You guys are so sweet together, OMG. This pic is the cutest. I demand an Instagram account that's nothing but pics of you two being adorbs together. Someone else had responded with a long row of heart emojis, and I'd done my best to respond as if my own heart didn't ache with every comment and every emoji. For years, people had told me they'd always expected us to wind up together. I dismissed it as them assuming that the only two gay kids in our school would inevitably fall in love. But there was a part of me that had secretly wished those two gay kids would fall in love. I mean, we were already halfway there. Now, 14 years after high school, everyone we knew believed the inevitable was exactly what had happened. Hunter and I were finally together, just like everyone hoped we would be, and God help me when, a few months down the line, we broke up and moved on. Because what could I say? I wished this was real. I'd always loved Hunter, and it would take some catastrophic divine intervention to change that. In fact, even though I'd known this scheme could be just the ticket to change the way my family looked at me, I'd resisted going through with it. I didn't want to torture myself by cosplaying Hunter's boyfriend. We'd agreed in high school that we'd never cross that line again. Sometimes I wondered if time and maturity had shaped us into two guys who could give a real adult relationship a go. But all it took was the memory of those miserable post-breakup months to remind me what was at stake if we took that risk. We'd both grown up, but breakups still hurt at any age, and this time we wouldn't be thrown together for a semester of geometry.